So I'm just adding a little bit of a highlight to the Bluebell colours. I've got some dark colours in the Bluebells for the shadows. So what I've done is I've mixed up some cobalt blue with white just on my palette knife. And one simple technique when you're working into details is to put that paint up against the painting to check it's correct in terms of colour. I'm now picking that paint up on a slightly splayed, worn out hog brush. But this is going to be perfect for putting in the little highlights on these Bluebells, the paler shades. And literally stipple them on top of the darker shades and build up a little bit more a detail in the foreground. It might be as I'll do this in several shades to get the effect that I want. Maybe some darker colours as well. But I'm trying to link areas where the sunlight is finding this area, the grassy and the leafy colours and the young shoots are all being illuminated with sunlight in yellows and greens. So obviously the blue flowers would be coming up very light as well. They might even, in fact, if you look at the photograph, they seem white. And I think when you're actually in the woods looking at the Bluebells, they do sparkle with bright colours, but perhaps never quite white. So I'm going to use a bit more white with the same mixture. So it's literally just for a little bit of colour I'm putting on. I don't do it on the palette, I do it on a palette knife. And then again I can add another shade. So this is a whiter shade of the Bluebell colours. So just create some patches of sunlight there in the foreground. Maybe a few breaking through the back here, and a few in here. Plus I've been doing the same slightly in the background here. So I can go back into that, put in a few more little brighter colours where the sun's just coming down through the bottom of that line of trees. There's an embankment there and the sun's just breaking through, lighting up some of these Bluebell colours. So you can spend as much time as you like going around just checking the range of colours and seeing if you're capturing all the contrast you need to really give depth. So let's just zoom out a little bit. And it's starting to build up. So the next stage is going to be moving into oil paints, when I'm going to be adding all the brightest contrast and reinforcing some of the colours. I've also got to add in the trunks and details of the trees in the background where they're only hinted at the moment.